Hello everyone, today I'm going to be giving you a quick walkthrough of SmartScout, which is a powerful tool for Amazon sellers. Whether you're just starting out or you're looking to scale, I'll show you exactly how to use some of SmartScout's features to find profitable products, analyze competitors, and grow your business. Now, before we get into it, I want you guys to check out SmartScout's new extension they just dropped that is completely free. It replaces a lot of the paid tools out there that even I used to use. Now, you can see the profit breakdown, brand analytics, and more all for free. So go ahead and go download that yourself now to go save some money. I'm going to leave it linked in the description below and also comment it for you guys to be able to download it and save yourself some time. So let's go ahead and jump into the video. So once you log in, this is what the SmartScout dashboard is going to look like. Everything you need is right here. So you have the niche finder, product and brand database, you have advertising insights, and even traffic data. So let's go ahead and dive into some of these features to explain how they work and how you can utilize them in your own Amazon business. First up is going to be the niche finder, which is right here. We're going to go ahead and click this. This tool is amazing for discovering profitable categories. For example, if I type in home storage, SmartScout is instantly going to show me estimated revenue, competition levels, and growth trends across all the subcategories in this home storage category. This makes it so much easier to spot those underserved markets. So you can jump in and fill in the gap of where other sellers aren't. For instance, you could go over here to number of brands and you can sort it by lowest to high and look at the revenue each month and see where could I fit in. So specifically for either a private label, this is a great idea. If you're trying to come up with a product, you're not sure where to start, this would be a good one to go into. See where the demand is and maybe a lack of demand. So you can kind of put yourself in there and you have a better chance of dominating a market or getting a higher share because there's less people in that specific subcategory. Next, let's go ahead and check out the brand database. Over here, we're going to click on brands. And here I can search any brand and see what products they sell, how much revenue they're generating, and which SKUs are driving all of their sales. Because just because they have a bunch of SKUs doesn't mean they're all making all that money. Sometimes it's only the top 3. Now, this is incredibly useful if you're looking to do wholesale or just learn from what the top sellers are doing. So I don't want to compete with Apple. So what we're going to do is make sure we hit this filter button. This is what's super important and how you're going to be able to base what brands you're looking for. This is going to be great for wholesale because you're going to find brands that are not dominating their market, that maybe their listings don't look that great. Maybe it's the images, maybe it's the description, the SEO they have. And then you're going to pitch to those brands to hopefully become an authorized seller of their product. You fix up their listing and then you get a certain percentage of their sales. You purchase from them wholesale and then you either get exclusivity on Amazon or you just help them sell on Amazon. This is one of the brand direct ways to do it. So if you want to contact brands directly, this is going to be the easiest way to utilize this feature to find potential leads, reach out to them and see if you can help them. For wholesale, this is where you can find products that are selling well for other people and then find wholesalers that you're able to get the product from, maybe even from the brand themselves, and then sell it on Amazon. And that's how I would approach this feature here. Now, the next thing I want to share is the product database. So this gets even more granular. I can search millions of products, filter by the revenue, reviews, price, and more. So the products is going to be right here on the left-hand side. You're going to click this and now you're going to start seeing all these different products pop up. And we're going to filter this down because there's obviously hundreds of thousands on here. So let's say I want to find a product that's doing at least $10,000 a month, but with less than 100 reviews. I can filter that pretty much instantly and see the opportunities I would never find scrolling through Amazon manually. So we go to estimated monthly revenue. I want at least a minimum of 10,000 a month. And we're going to go to rating count and I want at least the max, I want it to be 100. And now it's giving us all these different products. I always like to filter it from the lowest to the highest because I feel like those are the people, the lowest are the ones who have the most opportunity to grow versus the highest are already selling at the highest level. It's going to maybe be a little bit more harder for you to wedge yourself into that or talk to the brand and try to get a deal with them. So I always like to go to the lowest seller because they have the most leverage to help them get their sales up and work with them. You can also just use this for OA and trying to find products that you can flip that have less competition. Next up, this is going to be for traffic and ads. So this is most likely going to be if you are selling your own type of product. I have ran ads on my own products, even as an OA seller, especially during Q4. So you can use it for that as well, but this is mostly going to be tailored to those private label, even wholesalers that are on Amazon. So what you're going to do is go down to traffic graph. And when you click on that, this is going to pop up. So this specifically is for, you can type in any ASIN or keyword and it says this is keto chocolate. So this is what they stumble upon, and then this is where they tend to go. So if they stumble upon here, it seems that they all kind of originate over to this Atkins, like burning fat chocolate, like keto chocolate mix. And why this is so powerful is because it shows where customers are going after visiting a product page. What else are they clicking on and buying? Pair that with the advertising insights, and you can literally see what keyword competitors are bidding on, so you don't have to waste any money guessing. So now if we go back to the main dashboard right here, finally, I'm going to talk about the subcategory explorer that lets you zoom in on very specific Amazon niches. This is probably one of my favorite categories in here. And you're going to find that right on the left-hand side, the subcategory. Now, instead of just looking at the broad categories like kitchen, you can actually find specific hidden sub-niches like reusable silicone baking liners and get the actual sales data behind it. And that is where the real gold is when you find that. So let's go ahead. We're going to go into home and kitchen. Obviously, it's a ridiculous amount of monthly revenue that comes from just this brand alone. So if you click on this little arrow here, it's going to drop down to different categories of the kitchen and home. From here, we can go ahead and go into kitchen and dining. And again, it's categorized again. So let's go into bakeware. And again, it's subcategorized. So you're actually really getting deep into Amazon and these different like revenue streams and how much they're making and maybe where you can pop in and help fill some of that void. This is also really good for if you're trying to create a private label product, and it's going to help you find that really niche category where you can fill in a void or a demand if there is one. So from here, we're in bakeware, and now you see that there's a few different types. There's mixing bowls, baking, and cookie sheets. So let's go ahead. We want to look into this one. So we're going to hit this little this magnifying glass, and we're going to look at the dashboard. So it says that 4 million come from just the baking and cookie sheets. Now we're going to go ahead and go into these brands that are in this baking and cookie sheet niche. You can even go into the product specifically and see what product is doing the most, the best, and what product is not doing anything. And this is great for OA or RA sellers, that if you come in here and you see, okay, there's literally no one on this listing, can I hop on this and fill this? Because there's a lot of listings on Amazon where people just stop selling on them. And if you're the only seller, you can usually set the price as long as you can sell it and there's no issues as far as being restricted. So there's so many ways to utilize this, play around with it. And especially if you already know the category you want to look into, this makes it so much easier. Now, something for my OA and RA sellers, I want to quickly touch up on this seller section right here. This is the best way I've found to essentially storefront stock, but be really efficient at it. So for example, I pulled up this Amazon listing here, and this is the Mama Surprise toy. I remember this was huge, maybe a couple years ago, selling for really well. And so what I'm gonna do is, if your best sellers or sellers that you know that are also third-party sellers, they're not private labels, they're not wholesalers, you can reverse search those people's storefronts. Because if you're a third-party seller, most likely the other people on that listing are also third-party sellers selling it at that high rate because they're making more money off of it, or it would have been retail price. So say if we know this seller right here, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna grab their seller ID. I'm gonna copy it, and now I'm coming over here and I'm gonna go to filter, and where it says seller ID, I'm gonna paste that. So this is what a seller ID would look like, and we're gonna hit search. Now this person pops up that we just saw from this other listing that we know is a profitable listing that we've sold on. So we can see that they have a number, ASINs is 35. So now from here, we're gonna go ahead and go into the search bar, and we can see different things that they have. And you can go over to offers, and this is gonna be all their products they're currently selling. Because more than likely, if they're selling one thing that's making good money, they probably have something else that's also making good money. So you can shift through this. What I love is that you can go to brand coverage, and you actually can see the different types of brands they sell and where are they making all their money from. Because maybe you don't want to care about that one brand that they're making $30 in revenue a month from. Who cares? I don't want to sell something that's only gonna make me $30. Let's look at the top seller, which is this gum, and it's making them $4,200 every single month. So then I'm gonna go back to offers. I'm gonna sort by brand, and then this is gonna be the 5 different listings they have for the gum. It's also gonna show me their buy box percent. So I can see that the most of the buy box is coming from like these 3. So if I go ahead and click on this search bar, then I said I want the details of this specific brush right here. So then from here, I can go into the Amazon listing. I can see, can I source it like they are and be able to sell and get a piece of that profit that they're also getting. This is such an easy way to rabbit trail and get more leads off of the leads you already have and the products you're already selling. If you're already someone who's sold on Amazon for a while, this is probably one of the easiest ways that I have found to find more products is just looking at my competitors on the same listings I'm on, and then jump on those products as well. That's a very quick tour of SmartScout and some of the features that it has to offer. It takes the guesswork out of selling on Amazon because it's giving you that clear data on niches, products, brands, ads. So if you're ready to make smarter decisions and grow your Amazon business efficiently, definitely check this one out. I'm gonna link it down below. If you use the link below, you're gonna go ahead and get 7 days free, and you're gonna get 25% off your very first 3 months. So if you wanna try it out, now is the time. I'll leave it in the description, also comment it and pin it for you guys to find easily. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Or if you use SmartScout already and you were just trying to find new ways to do it, let me know how you use SmartScout because I'm always curious because there's so many different ways to use this.